Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Summer here bringing you episode 9 of Black Summoner.
Now that Melfina is back and she's corporeal, can you still use that here?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, why not?
We're doing it. Okay. As well as Kelvin now having like his own house, it changes the dynamics for me and it feels more like a family than a party, and I actually think that this is a good change. It made the whole episode start off on the right foot, and it also feels like there'll be more people in the future, even if it's not in this season. Of course, I know that we do get a new person in this episode, but it just gives the feeling that this family is going to grow.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it gave you a vibe of a bunch of friends or a bunch of family members all being together, all striving for the same thing. All the different types of characters that are here, like the really submissive Ethel, the really boisterous and loud and strong Sarah, the wannabe wife/mother Melfina, and then the servants as well, Luca and I can't remember the other one's name.
Ellie!
Yeah, Luca and Ellie, both of them just add in a lot of atmosphere, and then you've obviously got the guard around as protection and their dog/slime around as well. So it's kind of nice. He's got his house, he's living the dream, and then Melfina hits him with a bombshell. I've got you 2 grace powers that you can use. You've got 1 death save a month. You can summon heroes.
Which is of course a massive game changer. The fact that he got 2 massively unique gifts. And in this actually, Sarah actually alluded to being stronger than Kelvin, because when Melfina did give him these gifts, the once a month fatal hit eliminator, she said that she now no longer has to hold back when training with him, which is interesting to me because I didn't think that she would be able to actually fatally hurt him for some reason. And when we saw her sparring with Melfina, they did seem quite evenly matched.
Well, Melfina's not even at full strength, and Sarah's growing, so I can't wait to see if they spar later on when they're at maximum capacity or whatever, just before they fight the Demon Lord, I'm assuming. And I wonder what Sarah's going to be feeling like when she has to go and eventually fight a Demon Lord. Would it be kind of wrong because her dad used to be one? I don't know. I feel like it might be a thing or an interesting avenue the anime can take. What do you think?
I don't think that they're going to take an interesting avenue on that one, because Sarah actually already said to Melfina when she came back, Melfina apologized about her father's passing, and she said, oh well, it wasn't really your fault and it was his fault for going so far anyway. So she clearly has a different moral compass, and I think this is because her dad did not raise her. Victor raised her, and he raised her in a very loving way, not the way you would be raising the next in line to do evil stuff. And on top of that, Melfina told us that the Demon Kings, something actually ends up happening to them. 2 things happen to them. One of them is that their personality becomes very warped. The Demon King that he wasn't the person that he would have been had he not been a Demon King. And the second thing is that they literally cannot be killed except for heroes.
That was really cool to understand that. Also, it gave us a little bit more insight as to what Melfina's aim game was. Because why are you summoning heroes? Why a hero keep coming? Well, now we know there's a cycle to it. There's always going to be a Demon Lord, and you're always going to need some heroes to take it out. That is it. And so she's the goddess of reincarnation, and I'm guessing that is her sole purpose. Her and her party of angels/Valkyries/who knows.
Which to me is kind of odd, because she is the goddess of reincarnation. Obviously she reincarnated Kelvin, but the heroes, she summoned them. I don't know, like, if you're the goddess of reincarnation and you have the ability to reincarnate, why wouldn't you be summoning via that method instead of ripping people away from lives that they're currently living? First of all, I know that they said it was an MP cost, but Melfina is really strong because she's supposed to be a goddess. She has a lot of MP to use, so she definitely could. If Kelvin can, she definitely can as a goddess. So it doesn't make sense to me why they're doing it this way. Ripping people away from their lives, to me, is a risk. Yes, you'll be able to summon more people that way, but they're going to be very attached to their current lives. They're going to be missing people. They're going to have a sense of this being really unfair, unless you can somehow get someone who is really dissatisfied in their life. But otherwise, you're kind of creating a potential for them to say, F this, thanks for the powers, but I'm not going to do what's required.
Yeah, that's true. Like that is always a possibility. But then again, I guess that possibility might also be mitigated by the fact that you can summon more people if you do it the teleportation method. But you've got a better chance, and I agree with Ruka here, of someone who's already, been unalived and reincarnated doing what you want them to do, as opposed to, like Ruka said, people being ripped away from their families and the world that they know. Unless you sweeten the deal. I don't know, but yeah, I get you. So, Rion, or Rio, I'm going to probably call her Rion, is here now, and that is Kelvin's summon. Now, it was alluded to that he only got one chance. I don't know if it means that he's not allowed to summon another hero again, or if it meant that he's only got one chance to be right with his choice of teleportation or reincarnation, and now he's used that chance. He knows what he's doing. I don't know. I'm still a bit iffy about that, but we will find out. And I think last episode we were talking about this, that it was about time he had another summon.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it does fit right in. But I didn't expect Rion to be a little child. Did you?
No, I did not expect that. I thought they were going to be reinforcing what you said, which is that this is just going to be a harem end. I'm kind of resigned to the fact that, yeah, that's probably what it's going to be. And I kind of got worried when they summoned the little girl, because I was like, oh, geez, anime, do we have to do this again? But they immediately gave her the younger sister role to Kelvin, and I was like, thank God. But I want to actually discuss Melfina and her character card, which raised a lot of questions for me, and maybe even a red flag or two on Melfina's part, because her character card said that she was an angel, not a goddess. Now, I know that she's in one of her doppelganger bodies so that she was able to be summoned, but I don't know why this would change her race. It shouldn't have changed. She should still be like a goddess, but with like not as great skills, not as great power. It was really odd. And then when Rion actually arrived, she also said that the angel had helped her out, had told her a couple of things. Now, this wasn't Melfina. This was someone that Melfina had left in charge. But we've been led to believe this whole time that Melfina is a goddess. Have we been wrong this entire time? And she's actually an angel, class being a Valkyrie, which would also make sense with the reincarnation skill that she has. I'm wondering what is going on. Is she lying? I mean, we have been speculating that Melfina might not be fully honest, that she might have a different end game to what we're expecting. Is this another clue to that, or are we just overthinking things?
What if Melfina is actually the next Demon Lord?
I think that's a little bit too much. Like, there'd be no reason for her to be summoning heroes. Like,
well, I read a book recently, and the Demon Lord befriended the OP. And then, because of the Demon Lord ability, he basically had split personalities. And so, in order to stop himself from committing atrocities, he befriended the hero. And then the hero had to get rid of his best friend.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
And it was also an isekai situation as well. So it was very similar. But it was a lit RPG, so it was westernized. It wasn't quite Japanesey. So maybe, what if it's that? What if she's summoning these guys to come and defeat her, knowing she's next in line to be the Demon Lord? Because, hear me out, her and Sarah fighting were very on par. So therefore, she could possibly have, the same strength as a Demon Lord-ish. And she said that Papyrus warps your personality. So what if it turns your light into darkness because you are a Demon Lord? And that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm clutching, but it's there. There's something there.
I think you're really clutching, especially because Sarah, who is not a Demon Lord, is still from the lineage, and you can see that she has very different aspects to her than Melfina does. And also, because she's a Valkyrie, I just feel like that's just not going to be happening.
Yeah, but Sarah was begotten, not made.
And I want to just talk a little bit about Melfina's skills. So all her skills are S rank. She has the unique skill of absolute resonance, which I really want to know what that is going to involve and how that could possibly be used in this way. Also, she has spear, alchemy, blue magic, and white magic. I mean, I feel like we kind of will know what white magic is since we're used to seeing that in media. I'm not quite sure about blue magic, but Big Boy Sam will probably get into that because he had some thoughts. And then her assists are obviously summoning and magic supply. That magic supply is something that I'm very curious about as well. Because again, how is she going to use it? Does that mean that when you run out of MP, she can fill it up? How is this going to be used in battle? And how is this going to change the dynamics of the way that they fight?
First off, with the magic supply, I thought that it was like MP sharing, that kind of thing. Now, if that's the case, why did she use it on Kelvin when he was doing the summoning to get an even stronger being? Like, do you know what I mean? He could have
wasn't summoned at the time. He took them into himself, and she had to assist with creating the summon. So maybe she couldn't do that simultaneously.
Maybe. All right, cool. But yeah, in terms of blue magic, so I was reading another book, and it said that blue magic was the ability to steal other creatures' abilities and other people's powers. So if that is the case, I mean, it does sound plausible. White magic, magic supply, resonance, those kind of things does sound plausible.
Yeah.
So maybe rather than Kelvin having to use those gauntlets that he created in order to steal people's abilities, he will now have the innate ability through Melfina, so that he can create more spells. Because remember, he created a spell in the last episode. That was mad. In the middle of battle, he created magic. So what if that is the case, and then Kelvin's going to be super OP? However, the fact that they gave us the knowledge that he has the power to have one death save per month means that there might be a bad guy who's strong enough to pull it to the test. So I can't wait to see what happens, especially with all these new powers and new quirks that's coming along.
Yeah, they've given Kelvin the ability to die with no stakes. I mean, it may take the enjoyment out for some viewers who have a lot of want for characters to have stakes when they're going through these experiences. But I mean, he's at MC, so is he going to die really anyway? No.
I'm annoyed at Kelvin as well, a little bit in this episode. And there's only a little bug bite, but why didn't he use his skills to check out Rion and their skills, or what they've chosen or anything? We don't know nothing about Rion.
I know, this is what I was actually saying as well, like, why can't we get to see that? But you know, they did a lot in this episode. It was actually hands down the best episode of the season so far. They packed it with so many things and raised a lot of questions, and it also makes me excited from where it goes from here. It almost feels like this is the beginning of their real journey. All the episodes that we watched so far was just Kelvin trying to find his way in this world, building his party, and now we're gonna actually start seeing more from them because now we've got it together. Melfina has the ability to be summoned now. He has Sarah, who is from a demon lineage. He even has side characters like Luca and Ellie who are here for it, and you can just see everything coming together now.
Yeah, I agree. This is definitely taking a better turn than we thought it might have been a few episodes ago. But it started getting good, in my opinion, about 2 episodes ago. It started going in this direction, and it's like they're doubling down, and I like to see it. I always thought this anime had a lot of potential, and I'm glad that they've taken this route. Don't F it up.
And on that note, thank you so much for joining us today.
And if you want to talk to us, just DM us on Bomb Anime Insta.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Peace.